Hello, everyone. Okay, so a few days back, we had put up a post regarding what do you people want me to talk about in my session. So the maximum votes were for gut health. So I'd be happy talking about it. All right. So gut we all know क्या होता है, right? So basically the entire digestive tract rather is starting from your buccal cavity till the anus forms the part of the gut, right? So main function basically woven around digestion and absorption, right? But apart from this, there are many other functions that the gut performs. One is homeostasis, that is through absorption and reabsorption process. It helps to maintain the electrolyte and water balance of the body. The other function is it forms a first line of defense, right? So structurally, क्या होता है? It is very similar to the skin. Not just that, it is also similar to the skin in the fact that it is a host to zillions of pathogens, like maybe bacteria or even fungi that may be at times present, just like on the skin. So these are the two ways in which the gut and the skin are similar to each other, right? So, of course, there is a great connection between the skin and the gut. So, like when we also advise the patients when they come up with issues like freckles or acne or dryness, we often advise them to alter their eating habits and work upon their gut health, right? So there's definitely their gut skin axis that works really well, and we do see the results with that also. Then apart from that, there is one more important function that the gut performs is it works as a glandular cells, or it has a lot of glandular cells also, and it is also responsible for the secretion of neurotransmitter serotonin, right? That rings right there. Okay, so serotonin is definitely a neurotransmitter associated with your happiness, your mood, your sleep. So that ways we get a clue that it is something really important if you want to regulate the sleep or if we want to work upon the mood. We just want to regulate the mood swings or irritability or anger. So probably we need to work upon the gut health also. Then again, there is one more important thing that we should talk about when we are talking about gut, which is the gut brain axis. All right, so the gut itself has a nervous system of its own, which we call as the enteric nervous system. How is this related to that of the brain or the central nervous system? Is that originally they both belong to the similar class of neuronal cells. Like when we are in the fetal stages, तो वहाँ पर different cell groups होते हैं जो अलग अलग organs form करते हैं. So the neurons that you know uh, further become the neuronal cells of the nervous system are the same as that are for the enteric nervous system. Now this enteric nervous system and the central nervous system is connected through a vagus nerve. This entire system of enteric nervous system, vagus nerve, and the central nervous system forms the gut brain axis. Now अभी हमने जैसे डिस्कस किया था कि बहुत सारी माइक्रोबियल कॉलोनी होती है गट के अंदर. सो द माइक्रोबियल कॉलोनी दैट इज प्रेजेंट इन द गट again has a huge impact upon this gut brain axis, right? So how does it have? Well, क्या होता है कि जो ये माइक्रोबियल कॉलोनीज हैं, these microbial colonies regulate the secretions of neurotransmitters, number one. Number two, they also, regulate the gut motility. So that gut motility is indirectly being regulated by the gut microbiome, right? Although directly it is regulated by enteric nervous system, but indirectly it is being regulated by the gut microbiota. Okay, so now the gut microbiome, which is present in our intestinal system, this gut microbiome is very diverse. I think only hardly a fraction of that has been studied and been cultured. Otherwise, overall, zillions of species must be there which may not even be knowing. So out of these microbiome which is present, some of them are beneficial for us, while there are others which are not very beneficial for others. Rather, they pose a negative impact upon our health. So commensal and non-commensal bacteria, right? So how does this gut microbiome works? Now, gut microbiome is again said to be very helpful in the defense mechanism that the gut plays. Okay, how? Because the commensal bacteria or the good bacteria, they work like a toll gate, right? So the thing is, when the pathogens enter and when they ring at the toll gate, so the bacteria present as tolls, they either accept them into the colony or reject them from the colony. So if they are pathogenic, if they are non-commensal, they are mostly rejected. While if they are commensal kind of bacteria, then they are accepted into the colony and they proliferate there. So this is how the bacterial colony grows. Number one. Number two, most of the pathogens are killed by these commensal bacteria. Okay, and apart from that, these pathogenic commensal bacteria also help in degrading or denaturing the non-nutritive or harmful chemicals or substances that enter our body through our food. So that these are the two mechanisms by which these commensal bacteria are helpful to us. All right. Apart from this, these commensal bacteria also help in secretion of vitamins like vitamin B12, and they also help regulate the iron metabolism mechanism. Now, how does that happen? So if we have more pathogenic bacteria, then they compete, they kind of there are cytokines in our body, inflammatory cytokines, right? If there is a lot of inflammation in our body, and that is probably very much related to the colony of bacteria which is present in the gut. So if inflammatory cytokines are high, what they will do is that they will leach out the iron from the transparent molecules, and they will make it available to the non-commensal bacteria, and the non-commensal bacterial colony grows further and the inflammation grows further. So it kind of becomes a vicious cycle. So this is one way. Another way is tryptophan, which is the precursor of serotonin, right? So uh, what also happens is that bacteria like E. coli, Escherichia coli, they kind of take away the tryptophan from the diet and make it unavailable for the gastrointestinal cells. Okay, so when the gastrointestinal cells will not have that tryptophan, so less amount of serotonin will be produced. So there again, so this release of serotonin is again being regulated by the microflora that we have in our gut. Okay, so and the third way in which the gut microflora affects the our neuronal functioning is through, because a lot of other neurotransmitters like dopamine and catecholamines are also they, although they are not exactly produced in the gut, but their activities in the gut, dopamine is responsible for maintaining the homeostasis, electrolyte balance, and catecholamines, epinephrine and norepinephrine, are again responsible for glucose uptake in the body. So they kind of affect the activities of these neurotransmitters, and indirectly create an imbalance of the neurotransmitters, thus affecting the parasympathetic nervous system ke through. They kind of affect the gut brain axis. Now, what are the factors that are responsible for the type of gut microflora we will be having? हम सबके पास different हैं, and different concentrations में different bacteria present हैं. So it would be like starting from the birth itself. वजाइनल जो कॉलोनी होती है, वजाइनल कॉलोनी के थ्रू वो बेबी में जाता है माइक्रोफ्लोरा, नंबर वन, दैट इज द फर्स्ट एक्सपोजर। फिर उसके बाद ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग, एंड अगर वजाइनल बर्थ नहीं है तो इन दैट केस द कॉलोनी दैट विल डेवलप विल बी एंटायरली डिफरेंट, यू नो, completely सी सेक अगर है तो दैट मीन्स की commensal bacteria will not enter the baby's body. Rather, maybe some, you know, non-commensal bacteria may also enter, and most of the cases में sterilized environment होता है, तो it may also be possible that no bacteria are entering the body. Okay, then comes the next stage, which is breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is again a pathway through which a lot of commensal bacteria can enter the baby's body. All right, so then moving further, the type of food that goes into, you know, the type of what exposure that is being given, be like over sanitization and, you know, just cleaning up all the surfaces and not allowing the kids to play around. So these also kind of are factors which are responsible for the type of microflora that we will be having in our intestine. Apart from this, one very important factor is stress. Stress hugely affects the colony that is present in the body. Like abhi jaise we just discussed about serotonin. So in case of stress, what happens is this tryptophan uptake by the gastrointestinal cells is reduced, and rather it is, you know, made available more easily to the non-commensal bacteria, and the levels of serotonin, you know, kind of fall down, and levels of corticosterone go up. Okay, so again, stress is a big factor. Then exercise, the kind of exercise that you're doing, and whether you at all you are doing the exercise or not, this staying mobile is really important for a good gut microflora. Okay, so these are some factors that affect the gut health. All right, then how to improve the bacterial colony? So we know about probiotics, right? We know about prebiotics. Okay, what are probiotics? जो हम strains, live strains introduce करते हैं body में through maybe which may be lactobacillus or which may be bacteriocytes, and which may be different, all different types of commensal bacteria. All the commensal bacteria can be given, जितने हमको पता है, they can be given in the form of probiotics. Then comes the prebiotics. So prebiotics are the food substances that help the probiotics grow further, like soluble fibers, like fatty acids, certain amines. All of these are prebiotics and do help the good bacteria to proliferate in the body. Then there is symbiotics. So what is symbiotics? This is a new term, है ना? So symbiotic is a combination of prebiotic and probiotic. Like if I talk about banana is a good prebiotic, right? But and curd is again a probiotic if we are making it at home. All right. So making a smoothie of banana and curd will provide both a prebiotic and a probiotic. So that way we are giving symbiotic. So symbiotic is a combination of prebiotic and probiotic. Okay, so the other forms of probiotics can be, you know, the pickles that we make at home, and that are allowed to ferment for a certain period of time so that enough amount of good bacteria are produced. So they are good probiotics. Then something like kefir grains is very popular, right? Kefir grains, we grow a culture, we get kefir grains and then just put it in a little bit of milk or water and allow it to stand for a while, and then we get a good culture of commensal bacteria which can be taken up. All right, and then things like sauerkraut, all of these are, you know, good probiotics. Fermented foods that are made at homes, like kanji. Kanji is something really very good which we make out of carrots and out of rice, and okay, can be a great addition to your regular supply of probiotics. Okay, and again, for the prebiotics, we can have a number of sources. starting from garlic, ginger, onion, leafy vegetables, then your soaked pulses, and then moving on to things like banana, then there are hundreds of sources of we can consume on a regular basis, and that can help improve the bacterial colony that is in the gut. Okay, so the implications that it will have on the body, like what all are the aspects of health where good bacterial colony is helpful is number one, mental well-being, very very important. Managing the stress, depression, cases of Alzheimer's, cases of Parkinson's. I have seen effects in the cases of autism personally. So because I work with a lot of children, autistic children, so I whenever I give them probiotics, I see a lot of improvement in them. They tend to begin, the cognition, the cognitive functions improve over a period of time. The digestibility improves over a period of time. So that way, it has a huge impact. So then again, moving on to the other parts, the skin health, we have already talked about it. Then inflammatory diseases, most of the cancers, ulcerative colitis, IBS. So all of these areas of diseases and health are affected by the gut microflora. And working on the gut microflora will definitely help us see improvement in all of these conditions. So if you have any queries regarding any of the topic that I touched upon, or if you thought there was something missing out, you can definitely jot it down in the comment section, and I'll be happy to take it up or address it in the comment itself, or maybe if a longer address is required, so probably maybe over a call or something. Thank you.
All right. A quick add up that I forgot to mention in my talk is that the antibiotics that we take during the infections and during the illnesses, when the patients are on a course of an antibiotic, then we see the cases of diarrhea coming up. So that is majorly because of the disruption and dysbiosis of the microflora. And to restore it, we often have to give the patients the probiotics, right? And which we would have also noticed in a lot of cases. And the similar thing happens in pregnancy also, because pregnancy is a condition where a lot of things change, the entire internal metabolism changes. So that has a huge impact upon the gut microflora as well. So the gut microflora alters in case of pregnancy, and at times we have to restore it to normal states through the use of probiotics, and putting the pregnant ladies upon a good course of prebiotics and probiotics is ideal in cases of where we see a lot of diarrhea, and where we see a lot of morning sickness and even acidity and gastric reflux. So this was a quick addition from my side to the talk. Thank you.